Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the third week of October 2021. This can resonate with your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus sign, so please check out the other available videos on the channel so you get a fuller, more rounded picture as what potentially could be happening for your love life in this week. But obviously these are timeless readings, it's kind of whenever you come across the reading, okay? So I could be reading for yourself or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind, etc. So just kind of take what you feel resonates and flip the roles, etc. But do not make the story fit. If the reading resonates or if parts of the message resonate, then that's awesome. If it doesn't resonate, then it's simply not your message, okay? So just to let you guys know, I am available on TikTok. I have an account over there called My Way Tarot 444. So there aren't any underscores or dashes or anything in that account name, and I have the same profile picture that I use for this YouTube channel. So if you're interested in shorter love readings, I have that over there. Okay. Also, as a PSA, please do not get scammed by anyone that's pretending to be me. I do not reach out to you or anyone for that matter to give personal readings via WhatsApp, etc. So please do not hand over your hard-earned cash to them, because it's definitely not me, as I'm not available currently for personal readings, okay? So let's just get into the reading and see what's going on. Obviously you guys can leave a timestamp if you're interested to just fast forward with the reading. Let's look what we have for love. Sorry for my hand, guys, I know it looks a bit ugly, but I burnt it when I was cooking the other day, so I'm sorry about that. Just ignore it. So what have we got for Sagittarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for love for the third week of October, please. Oh, wow. There's too many to take for now, but something has been... Yeah, look at that. Someone's been wearing a mask. There's been a lot of mystery to do with a particular connection or a situation. And something that has been very drastic is coming to an end, and it's going to be a successful completion of a cycle. That could be an additional message. Could be dealing with a Pisces specifically, an Aquarius, a Leo, a Scorpio. We have 9 of Wands here in reverse, so fire energy. Look at that. Leo here with the Sun. Scorpio, funny that, I've just been saying that with the World card. Death here. What else have we got for Sagittarius? Okay, so we have the 2 of Swords in reverse, the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. So that is the fixed signs of what I've just said to you about the World card. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So it could be dealing with a fire sign, an earth sign, an air sign as well, okay? We've got Gemini later on here as well. So what I'm getting for either you or for your love interest, someone's feeling really quite ungrounded as of right now. They don't feel secure in themselves. Potentially they may have their guard up when it comes to a particular relationship of sorts. Someone is a little bit distant and they're a little bit cold. And potentially the reason they are distant or they're a bit cold is potentially they may be going through a major separation of sorts, potentially to do with a love relationship. I'm getting that someone, either you or your love interest, if you are dealing with a third party situation, has found out the truth to do with a particular situation. And I'm getting the sense that the loyalty of that relationship has gone. There may have been some sort of infidelity, I'm getting, or potentially if someone was in a third party situation and they were supposedly in a long-term situation, or they're wanting to be in a long-term commitment of sorts, but someone feels reluctant to commit to that particular situation and someone's trying to find a way out. Someone may be trying to get someone else, yeah, look at this. Someone trying to help them devise a plan, I'm getting, so that they can transform their life. If they're dealing with a long-term situation and they've had, you know, like shared a house together or bought a property together, or if they were just had something that they shared legally something is being sorted out. I'm getting dividing of the assets here, potentially, with the Six of Pentacles. Someone just wants to split and run, because there's an unwanted commitment here with the Hierophant in reverse. Maybe something didn't necessarily work out anymore, and there's going to be a major breakup. What I'm also getting is that potentially whoever is dealing with this situation, their values are not aligned with this other person, and they're predominantly wanting to go off somewhere else and lay down roots somewhere else, potentially. And maybe if they have to start again, then so be it. I feel like someone's going through something and it's like a rude awakening, and they're having to learn from this particular experience. They've basically gained a lot of wisdom from a particular situation, and they're taking the time to reflect on themselves about what it is that they want so that they can move on forward. And predominantly, either you or your person may be staying away for now, staying single for now, potentially, just focusing on self, detaching from another situation, and working on self-love and trying to heal. I'm getting. So let's look into this. What I'm getting is that either you or your love interest, someone is just feeling exhausted and they're trying to close out a cycle in their life, and someone feels like their love life is completely out of control, or it has been for quite some time. And somebody may have felt incredibly stuck, unsure about what they were to do. Maybe they've just been in a lot of like emotional turmoil, stuck in their own fears, unsure. Potentially someone may be just closing out a relationship or a situationship of sorts and just deciding to kind of abandon a connection rather than necessarily work on or deal with any of the issues at hand, I'm getting. Like just avoid all the problems altogether. Somebody doesn't want to rehash any old ish, I'm getting. Someone making a major decision and they feel like it's impossible to make a particular decision. Somebody feels incredibly exhausted though. They feel knackered. They don't want to be, whatever this kind of cycle is or has been, somebody's had enough and they feel like they just need to let go of this whole thing. And it's just all been too much. Like it's just been challenge after challenge. And somebody is so close to finishing off a cycle. Either you or your person could have been dealing with someone who wasn't willing to compromise and they just continue to argue endlessly. And this just caused a lot of like havoc. Potentially what I'm getting is that if someone that you're dealing with, if you're dealing with a past person who's in a long-term situation and they've been in a third party, potentially you may feel a bit fearful that if this person comes back around, they're going to kind of use you as a crutch, and you're going to be stuck in a decision about whether to stay single or whether to be in a relationship with this person. But whatever information it is that you're going to be needing will be shone a light on. You'll find out. But potentially there may not be any movement happening until these particular decisions are made about whether to transform a relationship or a situationship of sorts or to completely end it. But regardless of whatever has been going on, it's like someone is needing to bury their past. They need to bury the past and not let the troubles of whatever has been going on in their previous situation and let that kind of taint anything moving forward, because then that will ruin a potentially new fresh start coming in for either you or your person. Someone's needing to take a pause, time to reflect. But it's about making sure that regardless of whether either you or your person moves on from this other situation or whether you move on from them or what have you, however this resonates, is to make sure that it's not preventing you from doing the things that make you happy in your own life. just to carry on and work on yourself or what have you. I just feel the need to kind of clarify these cards, so that's what I'm going to do. Somebody from the past definitely wants to come back. You could have might see this person as a past life soulmate here. Somebody feels very nostalgic about wanting to come back. Potentially they may come back. They want to give you some sort of news, maybe asking for a second chance. That potentially they may have dealt with another relationship or situationship. If they had children with this person predominantly, then it may not necessarily have worked out. That there may have been a very hot and cold situation, or somebody wants to give you the news that they don't want to be hot and cold with you anymore. They know that they let you down and may have potentially rejected your offer previously, but they may have felt like they were out of their depth and they couldn't accept what you were offering, even though that what you were offering was the Ten of Cups. Like true emotional fulfillment and happiness. Like you could have had it all together, I'm getting. You know, as in like, you know, you introduce your partner to your family and you move in together and you kind of look for a house and all sorts of things like that. And potentially you may have offered this to this person and they didn't, you know, take it, and they put you out in the cold. Here with the Five of Pentacles. This could have been incredibly difficult and heartbreaking because maybe somebody wasn't willing to change. Here with the Tower in reverse. Somebody was resistant to change. Yeah. Somebody wanted to just stay away. Maybe had the realization, maybe you had the realization that if you were offering what you were offering to this person, and then something happened where you got some sort of download or what have you, or some sort of intuitive nudge that let you know that actually you weren't the only one that this person was dealing with. And that predominantly they may not necessarily had very much to offer you back. They may not necessarily have been able to offer you stability here with the Four of Wands in reverse. And that maybe you didn't necessarily see eye to eye at the time. And therefore, potentially, somebody may have been fearful and had commitment issues. I'm getting here with the Eight of Cups in reverse. Somebody's fearful of commitment. Potentially someone that you were dealing with may have been used to kind of drifting from one partner to another partner. Maybe just focused predominantly in materialism rather than actual full emotional fulfillment. Maybe very shallow relationships and just kind of very frivolous relationships, I'm getting, just to kind of fill the void. But someone was feeling very insecure about themselves, unsure, not able to commit. And maybe this may have really knocked at your confidence potentially, and had the realization that this person was incredibly selfish here, and that they didn't want to get tied down potentially. Potentially they were juggling multiple partners or what have you, and this may have kept you up on your toes, unsure, having late nights, insomnia, not sure about what to do. This person may have been playing a lot of emotional mind games here. Maybe I'm getting they potentially could have led a double life, and you had this realization that something just didn't necessarily feel quite right, and separate from this other person, this situation here with the Two of Cups in reverse, and find your own self-worth, regardless of all the issues that may have come along. Someone that may be trying to come clean about a situation eventually. Let's clarify these majors on the table though. Let's look into this, okay? And see what additional messages we can get. Obviously, take what you feel fits and leave the rest. So let's look into why the Sun is here. This is beautiful. This is like happiness and success and joy and soulmate kind of energy, and potentially like, you know, having trust in a situation or a person, but also somebody who's not afraid of showing their love. You know, potentially there could even be pregnancy. Or someone, if that's not necessarily the case, someone just may decide to kind of be, you know, free and single and independent and focus on themselves, which is also very beautiful. Like they've done the healing, their inner child healing, and they're just glowing. What's this sun energy here for Sagittarius, please? Why is the sun here? Why is the sun here? Ooh. Wow. Cancerian energy and Pisces energy here with the High Priestess in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords with the Ace of Swords. Wow, okay. So what I'm getting here with that is you may just decide that you've had enough with this other person or this other situation, and just decide to be relatively detached from this person. Stay isolated, be a little bit cool. Like you're kind of potentially watching from a distance, or either your person's watching you from a distance and they're staying cool, they're staying, you know, detached, what have you. Like the secret may be out, maybe they're scared that a secret's going to come out. Potentially someone may feel like they're in victim mentality here with the Hangman in reverse. Potentially someone may feel fearful about being alone and having to start over again. But potentially this is actually going to be very fruitful and promising. If this is you wanting to be single and independent, this is probably a really good sign that this would work out. But someone feels a little bit fearful about doing that. I'm feeling the sense that someone's like unsure about how to start again. And maybe someone's keeping a keen eye on you as you do this. But I feel like somebody's going to have a breakthrough. Somebody's going to see some sort of vision, or have a vision of sorts. Have a realization, like an epiphany, that potentially someone's not dealing with any rubbish anymore from anyone. That they're deciding to no longer be up in their head at night and be stressed. Or someone else is finding out the truth of a situation and they have been very much up in their head and they've been stressed. What else can we get here for the sun? Oh, gosh, straight out the Hierophant. And there's a block here. This is Taurus energy. Bottom of the deck we have the Four of Cups in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse. What I'm getting here with this is that potentially someone, either your person, if they're dealing with a third party, they may be a little bit fearful about leaving that particular person because of what everybody's going to think of them. What everybody is going to think. Potentially this person's realizing that they need to have a change in their life and they need to sort themselves out, but they've really been putting it on the back burner. They've been going through the motions about it. They haven't really been sorting themselves out. Either this, or what I'm getting is that potentially you may be at a place where you may not necessarily want a commitment. You may be holding back. You may be even questioning your own beliefs about what it is that you genuinely want. Do you want a traditional relationship? Do you not want a traditional relationship? You know, maybe focusing on, you know, going back to school or changing careers or getting educated in something else, something brand new. Especially here with the High Priestess and the Hierophant. These are very like spiritually based cards. You know, especially when they're upright. This is incredibly powerful. Somebody just may feel like they're ready to kind of get back on the dating scene, potentially. Maybe there's a block from them doing that. Maybe they're just trying to refine themselves. More Pisces energy here with the moon and the Ace of Cups. Wow. Potentially there's a lot of dreams, or maybe you're receiving messages in your dreams about, you know, what is going to give you this particular emotional fulfillment. Here with the Ace of Cups and the moon. Yeah, look at that. About how do you want to kind of start your life, or again I'm getting, or how do you want to move on forward, take that leap of faith. You know, it's having predominantly that fear of the unknown here with this moon energy. Potentially feeling like, oh, it's an illusion, that you're not necessarily going to be able to find new love, like starting over again. You know, am I actually genuinely able to have a brand new beginning? Can I take that leap of faith? Can I trust it? But potentially this brand new leap of faith is gonna step you in a really like great place here with the King of Pentacles. You know, being loyal to yourself, working on your own long-term goals, and then kind of detaching from anyone that doesn't necessarily serve like your highest good in relation to a connection of sorts. You know, what it is that you find important in a relationship. Yeah, setting firm boundaries with people. Being more objective about what it is that you want. Trying to come out of a less emotional place, I'm getting. There may have been a lot of illusions and mystery to do with this connection if you are dealing with a third party. Maybe you kind of had this knowing deep down that there was this love between the two of you, but predominantly something may not necessarily have been shown. But I'm getting the sense if you're dealing with a past person, they will unveil themselves eventually. The mask will be taken off and they'll most likely show you these particular feelings. I mean, we have the moon and the sun here together. It's like masculine, feminine here, yin, yang. You may be very different from each other potentially. Or someone is feeling this emotional fulfillment by breaking free and being single and independent, balancing their feminine and their masculine, and then they're finding their own kind of sense of self-love here, potentially with this Ace of Cups. And not necessarily like looking for love or by anyone else or anything else, but just feeling content that things will kind of happen when they're meant to happen, which is a really beautiful place to be. And kind of getting to a point where of like opening up your heart again to then knowing and giving, receiving this love. But then potentially I'm just getting the sense that there may have been lies told at one point. Somebody's letting go of these particular burdens so that they can move forward in a connection. Look at that, so they can move on forward here with the Eight of Wands. Somebody wants to travel to see somebody else and put in the effort. Maybe there has been no effort that's been put into a situation. Let's look at this Death card. Why is Death here? So we've got quite a few majors on the table. So there's some huge transitions happening that have either happened or they will be happening, or potentially could be happening, depending on if everyone is on different timelines, aren't they? So let's look at this Death card. Why is Death here for Sagittarius? You know, we're going to be in Scorpio season soon. Yeah, look at that. Blessings coming in. Yeah, potentially you may feel like you're finding your own self-worth. So then blessings that your ships are coming in. You're reaping your harvest. I mean, we have Scorpio season. I think starts next week. So potentially it's like you finding this new sense of self-worth of yourself, and then all these amazing things are going to be coming in for you. Yeah, look at that with the wish fulfillment card. I mean, how beautiful is that? Your blessings, dreams, wishes are going to coming in for you, which is going to be really stunning and really beautiful. Let's look at what else here. Scorpio energy. You just may be really like finishing off a huge transition in your life. Just enjoy being single, potentially. getting the sense that you could potentially be moving on. Or maybe relocating. There's too many cards. What's going on here for Scorpio energy? Yeah, you may be making plans for your future. Yeah, maybe making plans for your future. Getting your power back. Getting your mojo back, I'm getting. There's the Scorpio here. Why Scorpio here? There's definitely some sort of expansion. Yeah, the Knight of Wands energy came out sideways. Potentially someone is going to be getting their independence, or there could be someone else wanting to come in for a good time. Maybe not a long time, but maybe for a good time, but obviously no judgment here. Potentially someone who's gone through a lot in their life, and they're closing out a cycle, working on their finances, gathering their confidence up. What's going on for Scorpio? But this is also Sagittarius energy. This is also you. What else is Scorpio? Three of Pentacles. Let's pull another couple cards for Sagittarius. Why Scorpio here? So we have the Tower and we have the Hermit with the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Cups. I'm getting this little bit of like sense of potentially you may be feeling a bit fearful of these particular changes. To end a cycle, to go through a major rebirth and transformation. Like this is huge. This is like divine intervention here with the Tower, and then a spiritual awakening. Maybe you're going through, if you're already, obviously with you being here in this particular reading, you most likely have already gone through a spiritual awakening. But what I'm getting is that there may be a sense of ascension, and maybe focusing more on your kind of spiritual path here. I mean, you know, the Hermit is somebody incredibly wise. They've gone through a lot. Maybe you're focusing more on your spirituality, keeping yourself single. Or maybe this person may be transforming their life, or they've gone through a spiritual awakening. Maybe you've been awakened for quite some time, and now this person may have recently been awakened. They've had a Tower moment happen in their life, like why did things not necessarily work out? Why was there a block? Potentially you could live at a distance from this person, and if they were a bit of a player in the past, or they were quite, you know, in and out of your life, or very flaky, potentially that type of behaviour may be coming to an end. And this person's transforming themselves. They're seeing the light. They're being guided by this particular light, and having this kind of epiphany that they need to change their life, that they can't just carry on living a lie. Maybe they're changing their particular views and what they feel is important for them in relation to love. Maybe they've had, you know, a bit of a darker past. Potentially they may have been a lot more in their shadow side, and therefore now this person has gone through some sort of major breakthrough where certain things have happened in their life, and it's like they can't be explained. And now this person is realizing, okay, I need to change these things about my life. I can't continue doing the same thing that I have been doing. Because even though I may have been fulfilling my wishes at some point, it's kind of really knocked at my confidence. So why is the Wheel of Fortune here, guys? So I know the readings have been going a little bit long, so I'm sorry about that. But when I get the messages, I kind of had just to go with it. What's happening here with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Yep, somebody's definitely closing out a very difficult cycle in their life here with the Ten of Swords. I mean, this has been incredibly painful. Potentially could have been dealing with a karmic partner. Somebody's had a really tough time. They've definitely been playing the victim, but they realise that they can't play the victim anymore because they've had this they've been struck, I'm getting, that they can't live an illusion or live in a lie anymore. So therefore this person, I'm getting the sense that they actually have very deep feelings for you, and may have played it off like if they were in a commitment with someone else, then that necessarily wasn't working out. Or if they haven't been in a commitment with someone else, like long term, if there was just kind of string-alongs, I'm getting, that didn't really mean very much, this person may have realised that they had actually very deep feelings for you and were unsure about how to deal with them. So they may have just kind of gone, like, put you back. Just kind of try to ignore that you actually exist. And now they can't ignore that anymore because they've had certain things happen in their life. They've been shown something and they're realising, okay, well, they may be getting to the point of the realisation that it all can't just be a sense of coincidence. Oh, happy, like, you know, happy coincidence or not so happy coincidence, however you want to look at it. It's like, well, actually, yeah, it's part of a plan. Part of a plan. This person may come back around to try to get, you know, attention, like seek attention from you, because you may have just retreated your energy and not giving them your energy anymore, your attention anymore. And therefore now they're kind of being potentially left alone and they need to figure it out themselves. They need to figure out themselves. What else here with the Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, somebody wants a new beginning. Look at that. Six of Cups in reverse. 10 of Cups. Yeah, somebody wants to come back. I was saying that you were offering this 10 of Cups earlier and they didn't take it. They want to compromise. They want to compromise here with the 5 of Swords. They want to make things work. They will try to jig things around to make it work because this person feels the need to come back. And you kind of knew that this person eventually would want to come back, but they need to move on from this other thing that they've been in. I'll take one more for the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, please. But most likely they've got this other former relationship or relationships of sorts like hanging over their head, or maybe they feel like your relationship's hanging over their head and they're realising they need to sort something out. Yeah, to come forward with a tangible offer to you. Maybe they felt like that they didn't have anything to offer you before. Yeah. Somebody sees you definitely as a wish fulfillment though. But they need to take the time to heal themselves because they haven't been doing that, or potentially they have been doing that, but they may have lost faith that potentially you guys could have a happy relationship because they want to come forward towards you and offer you love here with the Knight of Cups. They want you to drop your guard down because they want to offer you the 10 of Pentacles. But they're fearful that your heart's no longer in it anymore and that you are going away from them. I mean, look at that. Emotionally and physically, potentially leaving them because they may have been toxic. And potentially you may have been breaking free and deciding to choose yourself, be free and single, emotionally and physically move on, find your independence, and get out of a situation and start your own fresh new beginning. And invest in yourself. You've set boundaries with this person and you're sticking to them. And you've been very clear to them, or you will be very clear to them about what it is that you're requiring, like on an emotional level. And so if things have to slow down between the two of you right now because it's not necessarily the right time to make particular major decisions in your life, then so be it. But broke up the deck and we had the World card. They will eventually come back around because they feel like there's some sort of very important union between the two of you. or maybe you felt like that at one point. But there will be a renewal in some way, either with this person, without this person, however this best fits with you. But you may have just thought that this connection may have been very high maintenance. Like a lot of your energy, your time, your effort, everything has gone into this, and it's just been exactly like completely draining. And so therefore you may have retreated to kind of focus on yourself, and this in turn has really, you kind of may have turned a blind eye to this person and just kind of looked at what you were doing for yourself, and this person's kind of looking back, trying to find out where you are, and you're not there. And now they're kind of left alone, and it's like now they need to go through what they need to go through and have faith that everything that is meant to be will eventually be. So let's look at the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. The Sagittarius, please. I'm very sorry again that these readings are quite long. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Wow. Well, we kind of been saying that. Things will happen at the right time when they're meant to happen. You know, we have a lot of like universal energy here on this table, like these majors. There's so much going on. Major, huge transformations. What else? Separation. Time apart from your partner's on the horizon, and it kind of came out reversed. So they definitely don't want to be in separation from you, but you're probably separate as of right now. There may be little contact, no contact potentially, but they don't want to be separate from you because they keep on looking around to find where you are and you're not there. Potentially you may feel that there's been unrequited love. Maybe you feel like you had to retreat because if they didn't show themselves previously to be emotionally available to you, you decided, okay, well, I guess I have to focus on myself and let bygones be bygones. Regardless of the passion that I feel for this person and that I've expressed my love to them and been playful and tried to be lighthearted and potentially dealing with a high-level soulmate or a divine counterpart, who decided, look, I have to kind of, you know, at the end of the day, I've got me. Pay attention to the red flags, the signs are cautioning you, and retreat. We've been saying that. You retreated your energy because you saw the red flags. And if your person is dealing with potentially a karmic partner or whoever or whatever situation they're dealing with, they're seeing the red flags in their life and deciding that they need to separate themselves from that, to retreat their energy, and then realise that they need to realign themselves with their masculine, feminine potentially as well, to actually go for a love that's worth waiting for. Because they're having this realisation that all these other things, you know, have been potentially very shallow and unrequited. And then lastly, we have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. So yeah, and then bottom of the deck, we have true love and trust. This is a romance of a lifetime. The situation's calling for you to have faith. So potentially there will be a point when things are kind of rectified, I'm getting. They'll be sorted, balanced, transformed, transitioned, that everything will eventually fall into place. And it's having that trust and that faith to know that everything that's working out for your highest good, that's what is going to be meant for you, will be for you. Even if it doesn't necessarily seem like it at the time, even if it doesn't seem like it right now, it's having that bigger sense of knowing, you know, having trust in the unseen, that new love can come in for you. And if it's not necessarily new love with this person, it's this newfound love for yourself, but also, you know, if this person transforms themselves, because you can't make them transform, they have to do it themselves. They have to put the work in. And then eventually you want everything to be proper. You want it to be true. You know, you don't want, it's like, you know, when you bake a cake and you follow the recipe, you're not going to pull the cake out of the oven before it's baked, because then it's going to be raw in the middle. It's not going to be ready for you to eat and enjoy the cake of how you're meant to enjoy the actual cake. And this is kind of what's happening here. So it's just making sure it's having trust that the cake is going to be baked and it's going to be baked properly. You don't keep on checking up on it every 2 seconds, that it actually needs to go through its process to then develop into what it needs to be, and that's the finished, finalised product of this delicious, beautiful cake that you can't wait to get your teeth into. You know what I mean? So let's look at the Soulmates in Separation, the unspoken love messages by the Serendipity Tarot, and see what kind of messages that they would like to say to you, or what you would like to say to them, but predominantly what they would like to say to you. Okay, for Sagittarius, please. Let's have a look. Ooh. Oh wow, okay, well obviously you can't take that card because it's fallen down the back of the table. And I definitely cannot pick that, so I'm gonna have to change the desk around to pick that up. So somebody definitely wants to say something to you, but they kind of don't want you to know. I kick myself for sabotaging this relationship. My life won't be the same. Nobody is like you. You are exceptional. You are special. Life hasn't been too nice to me, and I took that out on you. I struggle with revealing my true emotions and my true feelings and emotions. Well, we know that here. Look at that. I'll take one more. One day I believe we will be together again. Yeah, they definitely want to come back. Bottom of the deck, my pride and ego led us astray. I feel like a fool for losing you. So anyway, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment. I greatly appreciate it. I will reply back to those. And if you do decide to subscribe to the channel, please hit the notification bell so you guys get an alert as to when I'll post another video for you all, so you can keep updated with it. If you are interested in TikTok, I am over there with My Way Tarot 444. And just want to say thank you guys so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. So just thank you. It means a lot to me. So I hope that you have a really good week, and we'll speak to you soon. Please take care. Bye for now.